Hi there, everyone. I'm David Leonard. Thanks for joining us on our inaugural Nabs Day. Instead of another formal letter or an email with a plea for help, we thought we would do something completely different. So in fact, we've organized the first ever YouTube live streams for Nabs, the only charity in our industry that helps look after our own people. One of those people is Peter Vaz, who until very recently was our VP, Director of Channel Engagement here at McCann. Peter's been part of our McCann family here for 23 years and just recently has been diagnosed with ALS, a terrible disease for which right now there is no cure. So please take to heart what Peter has to share with you today. Here at McCann, we're going to match every employee's donation, and we encourage every organization out there to please do the same. My sincerest of thanks to all of you and for supporting our own through Nabs.
Well, welcome everybody to the first ever Nabs Day. Welcome to people gathered here today, and welcome to the many more that have joined us online. My name is Bruce Croxton. I'll be your host for the next 10 minutes or so, and I'm joined on stage by my friend Jay Bertram and, of course, Peter Vaz. Jay's the Executive Director of Nabs. Jay, why don't you kick it off? Tell us a little bit about what Nabs is all about.
Sure, thanks. Nabs, and it's Bec in Quebec, is a unique charity specifically designed to help those individuals in the marketing, communications, and media industry to look after their health and well-being. It's confidential. It's what else is it? Sorry, it's confidential. It's professional services, and it's free. This year alone, we've helped close to 3,000 individuals and their families, and it's our commitment to confidentiality associated with people accessing our services that's built a reputation for Nabs that we're the best kept secret in the industry. That's why today is so important. Today is a big step forward because Peter has chosen to share his story with us.
Let's pick up on that. You arrived here, like a lot of us did, first generation Canadian, mid-90s. Internet age was just beginning. Your timing was good. Take us through your story.
Sure. So primarily, yeah, so I started with McCann in 94 in the traditional media business, and yeah, the internet thing was just happening then. And I remember I was sort of, very early on, I raised my hand. I was really curious about what the internet thing could, its role in communications and especially in media. And with the support of my bosses, I got really involved in it, and I guess the rest is history because we've seen that was actually 1995.
What?
So
23 years.
Exactly.
You're still here.
Yeah, I'm still
remember
here.
We used to joke about this internet thing is it here to stay? A lot of you would remember that, but we do, right?
Exactly. They thought it was a possibility, but yeah, it's a certainty. I guess we took that risk then. And yeah, I've never looked back since. I went back to school to do my MBA, and when I came back, I took on a more strategic role, looking at data and analytics. And most recently, I was working with an integrated team with strategic planning, with creative, the media folk, and we had with data and analytics as well, of working with integrated solutions of finding and delivering a return ROI for our clients.
Right.
So, but I should say the 23 years for me have flown by
Went fast.
because I had different roles, I had different things I was doing within the company, and always, I guess the entrepreneur in me was really prospering because I always had the option to learn new things, to do different things with great clients like, General Motors and RBC and Alarm Force most recently, and also great partners like Google and Facebook, CBC, Rogers and Bell, and even the Globe. Like all these guys, we did programs which were on the cutting edge. And I'm talking about not now, this was like a decade and a half ago.
Exactly.
And so it's been sort of really been a journey of, it's an amazing journey. And the IAB is one organization that I got involved with, partly to contribute back for what I had learned, and it still continues.
So, February, this past year, you got some news that couldn't have been welcome. Tell us a little bit about that. What happened, its impact on you?
Yeah, so I was sort of I was going to I was having some problems with my back. I couldn't realize what was going on at that point. And I remember, I couldn't walk in a straight line. And for some reason, I went to the doctors. they sent me home the first time. The second time, they said, oh, we need to admit you and do a bunch of tests. And when they did, they said, oh, one of the things we are looking at is potentially, it could be motor neuron disease. And I'm trying to think, oh, what's that? And I remember I was actually on my way to work, and I had my laptop with me. I just Googled it like anybody would. And what I learned was not pleasant, because the possibility of having ALS was one of those dire possibilities. And I was shocked. I was shocked because it was something that had given me a timeline, because being terminal, they had told me this is what it would potentially be. But also at the same time, I said, you know what? I've got this opportunity to live the days I have left the best way I can.
What's it like to live with the disease? What's your day-to-day?
It's not easy because your mind is fine, your senses are fine, but your body isn't. Your muscles don't listen to your brain. So doing things that you normally would do, you need help how to do that. You're constrained to sort of using the help of others a lot in terms of, so it is challenging, but I also look at it as an opportunity, because it's got me to do and learn different skills with what I have left. And and I should say, amidst all of this thing, the support that I've got has been great from my wife, my family, my friends, the church group, and including the industry at large. And notably, I would say the ALS Society of Canada, as well as the Sunnybrook Clinic, the ALS Clinic at Sunnybrook has been phenomenal in terms of supporting me right through this journey.
How's Nabs become involved?
Well, Nabs being a unique charity, we kind of pick up where the other service programs and employee programs end. Naturally, our team is unbelievable. We moved in and helped first Peter with his physical needs, which was to create a ramp, a concrete ramp, and do some construction on his house so that he could stay at his home, which was our primary objective. But more than just, paying for things like that and getting them done quickly and properly, we've created a sort of a circle around Peter for the other needs that he will have moving forward: financial consulting, counseling, and emotional support. So he's in a very good group moving forward.
How's your experience been with Nabs?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing because it was one of those things that I least expected. And to be honest, I hadn't even reached out initially, and I was recommended by a colleague to sort of just check, see how they could help you. And luckily I did. So, and it has been great. I would say the circle of care, that's pivotal in terms of looking after, because in this new reality, you have a whole bunch of things you got to deal with, and having that support system is very, very helpful. And also, the fact that Nabs kicked in to help me stay in the house where I live, and a lot of renovations needed to be done, and that's where the support came in as well.
It's funny, you referenced earlier that this is a terminal situation, and when I met with you last week, we were talking about it's good that this is happening now. Because your time is an issue, and I was struck by, and I have been struck ever since, by your attitude in this whole situation. How you're conducting yourself, the message that you're putting out there, your choice to collaborate with others in the way that you're doing so. Tell us a little bit about your state of mind. How you're feeling.
Yeah, you know what? Initially, as I said, once I got over the shock, I realized, I could have got hit by a bus and gone in a day. That would have potentially happened. But here I have a chance to live another day and do the best I can. And this is my way I feel I can give back. I want to live every day that I have left to the fullest in my new ability. So that's my intention. And as far as my, the other thing that I would say, my messages or things that I've learned to live by now is, enjoy every day of your life. You never know what will come next. And you got to sort of live it that way. And I would say, with working with Nabs, we have a unique organization in the industry that helps and looks after its own people. Like, so any support that we give to Nabs would really be great because, as I said, I least expected it, but now I feel it's such an important part of my support system.
And that's a big part about what today is about. Yeah, nabsday.org is the website. You can't miss it once you get there. There's a big yellow button, donate. It's stories like this that Nabs is specializing in and bringing support to the community, so I urge everybody to do that. I want to thank everybody for spending time with us today, and I want to especially thank the people that took time out of their busy day to tune in online. nabsday.org is the place to go. Thank you.